got her letter in an old mailbox I forgot I had in a little truck stop. I read it once and then I read it again. I could hardly keep from crying. I've been driving around the last week or so with an empty truck. I don't have a load, and I don't care, 'cause to tell you the truth, I think I might be dying. And it's trucker speed, Benzadrain, Percocets, amphetamines, black beauties and West Coast turnaround. When the coast is clear, I drive with my knees, mix it all up in a recipe. Coca-Cola and coffee to wash you down. Sometimes I feel like my wheels ain't touching the ground. By the side of the road, he said, "You're a mess." When I told him she didn't even leave an address, then he got another call. He said, "Wait right here, I'll be back in a little while." I put my head across my arms, slept over the wheel for an hour or more. Then I started it up and it took off into the night. And it's trucker speed, Benzadrain, Percocets, amphetamines, black beauties and West Coast turnaround. Is clear, I drive with my knees, mix it all up in a recipe. Coca-Cola and coffee to wash you down. Sometimes I feel like my wheels ain't touching the ground. Sometimes I feel like my wheels ain't touching the ground. I've been high-centered, low throttled when I couldn't stop. I peed in a bottle. I've been so lonesome, made Hank Williams look like a party of five. I've been beat up, broke down, loaded on a truck and driven into town. But I always thought you'd be there at the end of the line. I always thought you'd be there at the end of the line. And it's trucker speed, Benzadrain, Percocets, amphetamines, black beauties and West Coast turnaround. When the coast is clear, I drive with my knees, mix it all up like a recipe. Coca-Cola and coffee to wash you down. Sometimes I feel like my wheels ain't touching the ground. Sometimes I feel like my wheels ain't touching the ground. Sometimes I feel like my wheels ain't touching the ground. Hey, this old guy was at my show the other night. He said, "Will I like this record, the one for cleaning the garage? Will I like this one?" I said, "Oh, that's a nice one. You won't like it right away." I said, "A few listens and you're going to really like it." He said, "At my age," he says, "at my age, I don't even buy green bananas." two old guys walking down the sidewalk. And there's a frog, a kicker. A kicker. Whoever would call a frog a kicker? Only a Dutch guy. I don't know, what do we call him? A kicker. A kicker. Me, I'm a guitarer. A barker. You have a barker? I'm going to walk the barker. Oh, it's not a barker, it's a biter. The kicker. He's a frog. There's a frog. The frog, the kicker says, "Hey fellas, if you pick me up and kiss me, I'll turn into a princess, live with you for the rest of your life." The old guy picks up the kicker, sticks it in his pocket. The other old guy says, "Didn't you hear what she said? She said, if you kissed her, she'd turn into a princess, live with you for the rest of your life." He said, at my age, I'd rather have a talking frog. And you would, wouldn't you? I would. The princess is going to talk anyway. At least you can put the frog outside. All right. On with the love songs. There's one. I can tell you're having a really good time.
You are.
Of course I am. You know the difference between me and you is I'm letting you know. Last night, just before we went to bed, there was a large Dutch woman trying to manhandle my son into the corner.
Spijkerboer.
Yeah. It wasn't the approach he was used to.
Did it work?
No, he went to bed. He was like, holy cow. It was like they were playing hockey. Well, he's a good dog. I've had him for years. He used to get up when I'd walk by. Now he just lifts up his ears. Sorry, let me start this one again with a better throat. It's a 6-bottle night. Very special, these little glass bottles. Very classy. Middelburg. Not the Farburg, not the Closeburg, not the Cheeseburg, but the Middelburg. All right. Well, he's a good dog. I've had him for years. He used to get up when I'd walk by. Now he just lifts up his ears. And he thumps his tail on the floor when I talk to him. But when I talk too long, he just ignores me and he goes to sleep again. He's a good dog. I got him as a pup. I tried to teach him all the tricks, but then I just gave up. 'Cause he's never acted very bright. Those eyes, they've got this glow. And I think he actually knows some things that actually I don't. And he never barks at strangers, but then he never barks at cars. And he howls at the coyotes while they're howling at the stars. And he scratches at the back door till someone lets him in. And then he scratches at the other side 'cause he wants back out again. dog. One of these days, I'm gonna have to drive him into town. Have him put away. 'Cause he don't hear that good no more. And he can hardly walk. But until then I look at him and I say, he's a good dog.